What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. How we doing today? Happy Friday. Oh, it's Friday. Totally forgot. Sometimes I forget what day it is. How we doing today? Figured we will talk some horror, some screen theories as usual. Whatever we want to get into, really. Let's see who we have here. We have Ghostface. Hey, Ghostface. Hey, Climinator. I am well. I hope you are too. Which sites to look up Scream conventions? I don't know. I mean, I search it on Google, but I know that Jamie Kennedy, if you go on Jamie Kennedy's website, he has like his dates that he goes to conventions. So you can go on, I think it's thejamiekennedy.com. But yeah, I guess you could just Google Scream conventions coming up. We have Jason Voorhees here. Welcome to the live stream. We also have Alex here. Hey, Alex. Thanks for joining. Nice, RJ. I got to go back to Spear Halloween. It's been a little while since I went to one. I've gone to 2 so far. There's another one that's kind of close to me that I need to go to. Probably next week I'm going to go. Hey, Chocolate Ice. Thanks for joining. Thanks for moderating. Hey, Movie Nerd. Hey, Ray. Thanks for popping by. Hey, Scott. Welcome to the live stream. Any chance Stumacher is still alive? Of course. I'm sure you're just teasing me because, of course, I think Stumacher's alive. I did just put out a new video, literally like 30 minutes ago before coming on here. It just premiered. So after the stream, if you haven't seen that new video yet, definitely go check it out. It's a good one. I do say so myself. Hey, Dylan. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Wasim. Yeah, I don't know, Scott. I guess just search it up. I don't know what the convention schedule is or anything like that. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate that. I really do. If anyone else here is new, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 10K by the end of this year. I'm almost there. I'm almost 500 away from. I am 532 subs away from 10K. I hope I can get there by 2025. Oh my God, I know. I heard, Ray. Professor McGonagall. It's crazy. I literally was watching yesterday. I literally was watching the final movie, the last movie, and the part when she like casts the spell to protect the school, and she's like, "The one who's that spell." I laughed to myself, and I was like, "Oh, I love her." And then today, the news, terrible. How old was she? I mean, she looked pretty old. She was 89. I mean, that's a good long life. Hey, Mickey. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Like, they don't mention Leslie in 96. So I guess that's like another character like Christina Carpenter where they didn't exist before Scream 5 and they kind of just created her. That's a good point. I don't think I've ever thought of that. That's true, right? Like they never mentioned Leslie in 96. Hey, Aaron. Hey, DJ. Have I seen the Nerds at Night Every Clue from Scream videos? I don't think I have, but thank you for reminding me of their channel name because on a recent live stream, I brought them up, but I couldn't remember the channel name. So yeah, it's Nerds at Night, who they provided some evidence that Stu could have been the one who killed Tatum. I always thought it was Billy, but Nerds at Night has a great video where they provide some evidence that it could possibly be Stu. Trish and I were watching Scream 3. Woodsboro Police Station getting broken into. What are the chances it was Stu? Leslie broke into the station. I don't know. I mean, when it comes to Stu being in some of the sequels, like it's always possible. This is something that we bring up quite often on these streams. Yeah, like Stu could play a role in all of the sequels. Nerdbox here on YouTube, I always shout them out. They have these great series of videos called Stu Clues where they show some evidence that Stu could be in every sequel. So I guess there's a chance. We have a super chat from Alvaro. Thank you, Alvaro. You said the Billy and Stu signed Ghostface masks came in the mail yesterday. Nice. Congrats. I am jealous. I need to get some Ghostface masks signed. You know, it's funny. So you guys saw that I met Jamie Kennedy like a week ago at a comedy show. I literally brought my Ghostface mask with me in my bag to ask him to sign it, but I forgot. I'm so bummed. Like, there's so much I wanted to say to him, and I just forgot because it's like, it's overwhelming. But that is awesome for you, Alvaro. So you like ordered them online like that where they're already signed, or did you meet them? Either way, that's awesome. I'm happy for you and jealous at the same time. But thank you so much for your super chat, Alvaro. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to get into some Scream theories, as always, some horror talk, whatever we want to talk about. It is spooky season after all. So has anyone been watching some interesting horror movies that you want to share in the chat? Because I'm always looking for new movies to watch, especially at this time of year. I really need new Halloween themed movies, like horror movies that actually take place on Halloween. Last night I watched Trick or Treat, which is a favorite. I hope that the second one comes out by next Halloween. The creator of Trick or Treats confirmed last year that they're making a second one, but there's been no news about it for this year. So hopefully by next year we get the sequel. Oh, I'm sorry, Jason. That's always hard, losing a dog. I've experienced that. But I'm glad that the stream can help you feel a little better. But I'm sorry. Yeah, that is a great scene with her in Harry Potter. The most overrated Ghostface? Possibly Ethan. I guess it depends who you ask, because when I go on TikTok, a lot of people love Ethan over there on TikTok, I've noticed. And I think it's because there's a lot of younger people on TikTok, and the younger crowd is like obsessed with the newer Scream movies. So a lot of them love Ethan. I think like the older Scream fans wouldn't say that he's overrated. I don't know. But yeah, like on TikTok, I think Ethan is overrated. I kind of think Roman is overrated. I know there's a lot of Roman fans out there. I don't care for Roman. He's not my favorite. So one of those two for sure. If you had to save one person from every movie, who would it be? Yours is Tatum, Randy, Cotton, Olivia, Dewey, Liv, and Annika. Mine is Tatum, Randy. In 3, it would be Jennifer Jolie. 4 might also be Olivia. 5, Dewey. 6, yeah, I guess Annika in 6. She was probably the most emotional of all the deaths in 6, because there really was no big ones in 6. Annika was probably the biggest. Yeah, I suppose it's possible. We always bring this up on the stream, so sorry if you're hearing me repeat myself, but there was a time where I was a huge fan of Charlie being alive. I still would love for it to happen. I just don't know if it's likely. I don't see it really happening. But I do have several theories on the channel about this. If you've never seen them and you want to check them out, they're in my Scream Theories playlist. But if you want to scroll back on my whole channel, they are literally like some of the first videos I ever made on here. Like, I think my second video ever was Charlie being alive. Trick or Treat is a must watch for spooky season. Last night was my first rewatch of the season. I'll probably watch it a couple more times. But I watched it on DVD last night. I just recently bought it at Barnes & Noble for $5. So that was exciting. First time watching it on DVD. Ghostface is watching the Scream franchise and the Halloween franchise. Solid options. 2 of my favorites. I recently watched the first Halloween from 1978. I'm thinking tonight I might watch Halloween 2. We are going to do watch parties on the channel for it starting in October, but I kind of want to do my initial watches like by myself, relaxing on my couch with like some snacks. And then in October, we'll do some watch parties on the channel. Spookfest, Sistapam Spookfest is coming up. I I keep bringing it up in these live streams because I don't know how many of you guys know that I do have this little event for the channel coming up called Sistapam Spookfest starting on October 1st. It's going to be nonstop horror content every single day. You can expect a new episode every single day, 7 p.m. Eastern time, possibly 2 episodes in a day if I think of some more content to pump out. But for right now, it's going to be 1 episode every single night. We're also going to do watch parties for some Halloween movies. And I do have some merch for sale if you want to buy some Spookfest merch. The link is down in the description. But I also have my typical merch. Stew Crew. If you're a Stew believer like I am. We also have Team MACHER. And then Team Loomis, if you are more of a Billy fan. But yeah, I got quite a bit of merch down in the description. I don't know how many people know that I do because I don't really promote it that much, but it is linked in the description of all of my videos. I have not seen the Spirit Halloween movie on Tubi yet, but that is on my list of things to watch. I think I hear good things about that, right? It's not like a terrible movie. I think I have seen Boogeyman from 2005, but if I did, it was a long time ago and I don't really remember. Hey, Wrestling God. You said, what if Stu got up and the sheriff switched the body, but then the camera was blacked out, and then after that, they all escape? I believe in the theory because the guy who played as Stu when the TV hit, he did say that he put his hands up and moved out of the way. Yeah, I don't know if they would switch out the body. I mean, it's possible. Like Detective Bailey switched out Quinn's body, so always possible. We have a super chat from Silver Princess. Welcome back, Silver Princess. It's been a little while. I hope you've been good. You said, I have a Halloween special coming up. Could Jon Snow survive Freddy Krueger? Interesting. That is quite the pair up. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like he could, just because we all know what happened with Jon Snow in the show. I won't say, unless, just in case someone here hasn't seen Game of Thrones, I don't want to spoil it, but I do feel like Jon could survive Freddy Krueger. But thank you so much for your super chat, Silver Princess. I appreciate it. When is it dropping? I'll look out for it. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let's see, where was I? Check out the Killer Mermaid movie called She Creature. Interesting. I've never heard of it. Movie Nerd says, I've been watching the Fear Street trilogy recently and am probably going to watch Fright Night or Practical Magic later. If you haven't seen any of those, I highly recommend them. Nice. I do have to do a Fear Street rewatch. It's been a long time. I haven't watched them since they came out. And when was that? 2021. 3 years ago at this point. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched them. I honestly don't really remember what happens in them. I have seen Practical Magic, one of my favorite movies ever. I did already watch it. I'm probably gonna watch it a few more times this season. I don't think I've ever seen Fright Night, but I always see it come up like when I'm browsing on what to watch. I gotta add it to the list. Like my list of movies to watch truly just keeps on growing, and it's so hard to make a dent in them because it's, you can't just watch movies all day. I got other stuff to do. I wish I could. Climator says even if Stu isn't alive, there's a way he can be included in Scream 7, and that is the killer's motive is that they feel Stu isn't fully respected for his crimes and even built a shrine for him. That's definitely possible, and I do hear a lot of people say that. I will be bummed if that's the case, though. I will be disappointed. Obviously, like I want Stu back. But yeah, that is a possibility, I guess. I'll be annoyed if that's the case, though. Not gonna lie. I have not seen any of these movies. I know Malignant is a good one. I always hear good things about that. Gotta watch that one. I agree. Charlie was awesome. He's one of my favorite Ghostfaces. Um, he's like in my top 5 for sure. Hey, Mr. Jackson. Happy Friday. How we doing? Just talking some horror and Scream theories. Hey, Zork. Have you watched Slasher? I don't think so. Favorite anthology horror movie? Probably Trick or Treat. You know what? I gotta admit, I am not a huge fan of Halloween 2. I know that might be controversial. I do feel like a lot of people out there love it. I have heard a lot of people say that they might like Halloween 2 just as much as the original. I don't. I think Halloween 2 is pretty boring. It's just like pretty much one location, the hospital. Lori really doesn't do much. She barely says anything. I don't know. I don't care for Halloween 2. Recently, I saw a low-rated B horror movie, but I surprisingly enjoyed it. Anna Paquin. Interesting. I like Anna Paquin. You know, it's funny. She's in 2 of my favorite movies ever, Trick or Treat and Scream 4. She's also in True Blood, which is one of my favorite shows. So yeah, I really love Anna Paquin. She's obviously in X-Men. Yes, Climinator. I know you always suggest the Night Flyer, and I do want to watch it. It's on my list. I definitely am going to watch it. Hey, Paula. Welcome to the live stream. Ghostface says in Scream Legacy, Billy Loomis had a young brother who became Ghostface. I think Billy Loomis could have a brother to bring back Team Loomis. Scream Legacy is a fan film. I don't think I've seen that one. Let me see. Wait, I have seen this one. He has a brother in this one? I don't really remember it. It's been a while since I saw this. I know that the main girl is supposed to be like Sydney's daughter, but I don't remember Billy having a brother in that one. Hey, Ryan. Thanks for joining. Thanks for moderating. In Scream 5, the opening scene was Stu on the phone. Yeah. Yes. I did do a video on this. I do think it was Stu that was on the phone. There's a few clues for this, including the one that you just said, like the killer asks Tara who was the killer in stab 1. She says Billy Loomis, and Ghostface seems to be a little upset about that. Like offended that she forgot about Stu. That's like a reoccurring thing in the franchise, people forgetting about Stu. Also, like another clue is Tara says something like, that movie is so 90s. And Ghostface's reaction is like, huh. Like he's offended by that because she kind of means that as an insult, like, oh, it was so 90s. Yeah, there's a couple clues. There's a lot of similarities between her phone call and Casey Becker's phone call that Stu was present for. He was there for Casey's phone call. So yeah, lots of different clues for that scene. I did a video on this. I think it was called Was Stu Macher in Scream 5's opening scene? If you want to check it out, it is in my Stu Macher playlist. I also think I linked it in the description of my most recent video that I just posted like an hour ago. So you can find the link to that video in that description of my recent video from today. Ray says, I'm making a playlist of songs from parties and horror movies. I already added Scream songs. Outside of Scream, what are some other notable parties in horror movies? The first one that comes to mind is from Trick or Treat, like when Anna Paquin is, you know, doing her thing with the vampire guy. It's like a spooky version of Dreams Are Made of This or whatever that song is called. It's a good version of that. So whatever that song is from Trick or Treat. But I don't know. I would have to get back to you on that. Most underrated Ghostface for me is definitely Charlie. I love Charlie. I think he gets a lot more hate than he deserves. He was a brutal killer. He did most of the work, in my opinion. Yeah. Charlie is the most underrated for me. This is true. Jill did not get shot in the head. So there's always a chance she could be alive. I would love for this to be the case. Don't know if they would ever do that. We've talked about it a bunch on the channel. I do have a couple theories. Like, it was the original plan. Jill was supposed to survive and come back for Scream 5 if they had made it years and years ago. Emma Roberts recently said that she feels she wasn't done with the franchise. So, and okay, so you know how I always bring up how the last time we see Stu, you can see him moving. He's like still breathing. I think it's the same thing for Jill. I just watched Scream 4 like a few days ago, and I looked really closely at the scene when we see her face for the last time because I've never noticed before if she's still moving or not, and I never really thought to check. I don't know, she looks like she's moving. It looks like her face is moving a little bit. Like her head is moving just ever so slightly. But I don't know, maybe you guys can check on that for me. Yeah, I would love to see Jill back. She's one of my favorites too. She's in my top 5 for sure. She's like the second best reveal after Billy and Stu. Angelina, I don't really care to see Angelina again. She's honestly one of my least favorite characters in general. For me, she's like so boring and annoying. I think her scenes are pretty annoying. But I know a lot of people do want to see her back. A lot of people think she was Roman's partner, which I am a fan of that theory. Who was Roman's partner? He was supposed to originally. It was going to be Angelina. He says at the end that he taught Billy, you need to have a partner to sell out. Why would he say that if he didn't have a partner? Why would they keep that line in if they decided to change it to one? I don't know. What are your thoughts on the Rob Zombie Halloween remakes? So, obviously, nowhere near as good as the original. Like, not even close. I know a lot of people hate these. The first one is not terrible. I don't mind it. Like, I get it. People don't want, like, why mess with such a good movie? Like, the 1978 version is so good, nearly a perfect movie. Why mess with something that shouldn't be messed with? But I kind of thought it was a creative spin on things. I think Scout Taylor Compton was a great Laurie. I know there's a lot of people who don't like that we got more Michael backstory from when he was a kid. Some people think it's better to leave it a mystery. It's like scarier that way. But I kind of liked it. I kind of enjoyed getting some more backstory on Michael, which obviously I don't think it would be the same backstory from the first movie. His childhood in the remake seemed to be less wholesome than the original. I also really like that it takes place in a different time period, which, okay, this is up for debate what time period the first Halloween remake takes place in. I think it takes place in the 90s. But some people disagree and think it takes place in like the early 2000s or or the year that it came out, 2007, because there are cell phones in the movie that I don't know would exist in the 90s, but Michael's childhood appears to be in the 70s, and if Laurie is 17, I would think that the movie takes place in the 90s. So I don't know. Let me know in the chat. What year do you think Rob Zombie's first Halloween takes place? And as far as the second remake, I don't care for it. I really think it was like a step down from the first one. Yeah, I think it's kind of boring. It's a lot darker than the first one. A lot of the like imagery and stuff I just don't care for. I don't like the like the white horse and his mom appearing. I don't care for it. I don't mind the first one though. I have not seen Jack Frost. Hey, Ran. Thanks for joining. Oh, glad we can help you feel better. Oh, it's Marilyn Manson with the song from Trick or Treat. Favorite Stranger Things season? Either 1 or 3. 2 is good too. I should rewatch 2 because it takes place during Halloween. Urban Legend has a notable party. Valentine from 2001 has a great one. I still haven't seen Valentine. I've never seen Inception. Yeah, that's one that I'm like, I should have seen it. Hey, Antonio, you said, I like the idea of Mark Kincaid being Rowan's partner. I do too, kind of. I do have a couple theories on the channel about this. Yeah, I think it's possible that like he originally was his partner, but then started to develop feelings for Sydney, so gave up on the plan. Hey, Movie Misfits. How you doing? Happy Friday. Coming in late, so maybe you already talked about this, but what new horror stuff have you been watching? Let's see. I just watched Suspiria the other night for the first time. I've never seen it before. I know a lot of people really like that movie. It was good. I enjoyed it, but not my favorite. I've been watching the Saw franchise. I've made it up to Saw 5. I have seen the Saw franchise before, but I haven't seen the latest one, Saw 10, so I've been watching those. I also watched Doctor Sleep for the first time. I've never seen it before. I've always heard good things about it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Um, yeah, that and Pet Cemetery. I watched for the first time, never seen it before, and I absolutely loved it. Thought it was great. I'm looking down at my list because I always make a note of the movies that I watch. What else? I also watched All Hallows Eve for the first time. Um, Obviously, I am a fan of Terrifier, like 1 and 2. Never seen All Hallows Eve before until now. And so the first half was kind of boring. I didn't really like it. But then the second half was actually pretty good. When Art the Clown kind of came more into the story, I thought it was good. I thought the ending was good. I also saw Hellfest, which I thought was good. However, it reminded me a lot of the movie Haunt from 2019. And I thought Haunt was a lot better than Hellfest. They both had a very similar plot. So if anyone here has not seen Haunt from 2019, you have to. Like it's a great movie. I feel like I don't hear people talk about it very, very often. I also watched A Quiet Place Day One, which I thought was kind of boring. And I also watched Cry Wolf. That's another one that I didn't even know it existed, so maybe some of you here don't know about it. It is a slasher from like 2005, which is like my favorite era. Like late 90s, early 2000s is my favorite time for horror movies. So if you have not seen the movie Cry Wolf, you have to. What do I think about Halloween H2O and Resurrection? I like them a lot. Some of my favorite in the franchise, which you guys will see on a Halloween ranking that I have coming out for Spookfest in October. I do a Halloween movie ranking, and those are pretty high up there for me. They're pretty nostalgic for me. I watched them a lot as a kid, and I think that has a lot to do with how I feel about them. I'm just setting up my phone to also go live on TikTok. Yeah, these two, like I watched a lot as a kid. I feel like they were always on cable when I was a kid. And I can recognize that they're not really great movies. They have a lot of issues. But nostalgia just plays a big role in those movies for me. Like I think H2O is better than Resurrection, but I still do really like Resurrection. I like H2O, but my main issue with H2O is that Michael really doesn't show up until like the end. He's really not in much of the movie. I feel like he doesn't show up until like the last 20 minutes, but him and Lori's showdown is pretty good in H2O. Is it true that Scout Taylor Compton auditioned for Jill in Scream 4? I don't know. Is that true? I don't think I've heard that. Let me look it up. Wow, yeah, it says she did. Also, Selena Gomez was considered for the role. This also says Shane Dawson auditioned for Robbie Mercer. Ooh, apparently Ashley Greene auditioned for Jill also. She was in Twilight. Interesting. That's actually a good idea for a video, possibly. Like actors who auditioned for other roles in Scream. Movie Misfits says, I love Rob Zombie Halloween 2. It's different and not for everyone, but I really appreciate what he was going for. Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. Like for both Halloween 1 and 2 remakes, I definitely appreciate it for what it is. They are pretty low on my ranking. But yeah, you know, at least for me, the first one's not terrible. Yeah, I like the first one. Alex says, you believe that the video of Amber Freeman, which was in the opening scene of Scream 5, was pre-recorded, correct? Had the video of Amber been pre-recorded, how could the person who was on the phone with Tara have timed the conversation so that it would end at the exact moment which the knife was held up? By the way, thank you to everyone here on TikTok. Thanks, Isaac, for the heart me. I appreciate it. And thanks for the likes. Yeah, so I don't know. It probably was pre-recorded. You're right. Oh wait, you think it's live? I really don't know. I'm kind of torn on how I feel about it. That. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Do you think that video from Scream 5 when Ghostface is on the phone with Tara talking about Amber and how he's going to like hurt Amber and shows the video of them watching Amber? Do you think that video was pre-recorded or was it live? I don't know. That's a tough one. Wondering if you can help me find some other YouTubers. So I assume you mean like for horror movies or Scream. Yes, I definitely can help you with that. Obviously, I'm sure you know Craven Something Scary. He has a great YouTube channel. Who else? Mike from We Watched a Movie is the channel name. We have I Like Scary is another channel. I Shot Him 6 Times is another channel. 3C Films. It's a good one. I'm a huge fan of 3C Films. I'm a huge fan of all the ones that I'm mentioning. These are channels that I watch regularly. And Destination Station. Wolfman's Got Nards. Who else? CZ World, I think is what it's called. That's another good one. Yeah, I think those are the most common ones that I watch. Yes, Scott. Once I hit 15K on YouTube, I am going to get a Ghostface tattoo and document it for the channel. So help me get to 15K. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Those of you on TikTok that are watching, please go subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio on TikTok. Share my channel with a friend who loves Scream and other horror. Tell them to subscribe. I want to get to 10K by the end of this year, which I think I'll be able to do. But the second I hit 15K, I will get a Ghostface tattoo. Hey, Jamie. I'm sorry to hear that. I've been wondering where you were. How is everything? How are you doing? Are you feeling better? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the follow and the likes, Rob. Jamie says Hellfest deserves a sequel. Yeah, Hellfest was good. It was. But like I said, it reminds me a lot of Haunt. And I just feel like, I mean, I personally enjoyed Haunt a lot more than Hellfest, but the plots were very, very similar. Oh, wow. You just recently found out about All Hallows Eve. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed the second half of it, not so much the first half. Movie Misfits says, I love Haunt. I'm friends with Ghost and Devil. What do you mean? Like the actors in real life? That's cool. Yeah, Cry Wolf is definitely underrated. I really enjoyed it. I could not believe that I hadn't heard of this movie before. I heard about it from another channel. Speaking of YouTube channels that you guys should check out, there's one, I think it's called Cobweb's channel. He is great. He's one of my new favorites. He does a lot of like lists of horror movies you should watch, like fall centric movies, like autumnal movies. And Cry Wolf was one of them because there's a lot of like fall foliage in that movie. So I heard about this movie, Cry Wolf, from Cobweb's channel, and I loved it. Cry Wolf is not a werewolf movie. It's more of like a slasher. Yeah, exactly, Jamie. It does have similar vibes to Urban Legend. Thank you for the like, Elizabeth. And thanks to everyone who is joining the stream on TikTok. If you're not already subscribed to me on YouTube, please go subscribe. My link is in my bio. I'm trying to hit 10K by the end of this year. H2O is a guilty pleasure for me. Yeah, I agree, Dino. And that's kind of like for me it's kind of like Resurrection is a guilty pleasure. It's not a great movie, but I kind of love it. Like the cast is pretty cool for Resurrection. Busta Rhymes is so funny. Like, you know, the part at the end when he says, "Trick or treat, mother effer." Christopher on TikTok said, "Have you seen Never Let Go, the new Halle Berry movie?" I have not. I have not. I'm not even sure if I've heard of it. Is it a horror movie? Have I ever seen Trauma from 1993? I have not. I feel like there's a lot of movies out there that I have not seen. Yes, John Bon Jovi was in Cry Wolf, which was very unexpected. I did not know that he was in that movie. Okay. The Halle Berry movie is in theaters now. I have not seen it. Scott thinks Laurie Strode survived the fall in Resurrection. I've never heard that theory before. Yeah, I thought Busta Rhymes in Resurrection was so funny. I have not seen the movie The Hole. Are you going to see Terrifier 3? I think so. I always say on here, like, I really don't make it to the movie theaters that often because there's not really one that's near me. It requires some traveling. So to go to the movies all the time would just be super expensive. Like traveling there, traveling back, movie tickets, snack, buying snacks. But Terrifier 3, I think I'm gonna have to go because this is probably my most anticipated horror movie. I'm super excited for it. And I don't want to see spoilers online. So I think I'm going to have to go see Terrifier 3. Hey, Light Purple. I am good. I hope you are too. Thank you for the like, Ghostface. In case anyone here on TikTok is not already subbed to me on YouTube, please do so. The link is in my bio. But also, my name is the same as TikTok. Ray thinks that Amber video is pre-recorded. So does Movie Misfits and Movie Nerd. Oh, yes. Killjoy Jake also is a great channel. Thanks, Christopher. I appreciate that. I have lots of Scream videos on my YouTube channel, so definitely check them out. Jason Voorhees says, "Who wins in a battle, me or Freddy Krueger?" Well, they do face off in Freddy versus Jason. Um, and we don't know who won that movie, right? Who won in Freddy versus Jason? Why can I not remember? Do you think that at the end of Scream 7, all the ghost faces will all come alive again? I do not. I just think Stu's alive, possibly Jill. Christopher says Jason carries Freddy's head, and then, and then Freddy winks. Yeah, so did neither of them really win? I guess. I feel like Freddy would win, honestly. Movie Misfits, I gotta check out your channel. Climator says the Amber video was pre-recorded. Red dot in the corner of the camera. Interesting. I never noticed the red dot. I have to check that out. Thanks, Ray. I appreciate this. Yeah, every little bit helps spreading the word, sharing my channel, sharing a video that you think a friend of yours might like. Always helps. In case anyone doesn't know, I did just post a new video today about less than 2 hours ago, just before I came on here. It's a new Stu video. So if you're a Stu believer, a Stu fan, and you are looking for some more Stu content, I just put out a new video today. One that's kind of new, something that I haven't really done a video on before. We've talked about it in live streams, but I haven't done a video on it. Favorite Ghostface reveal? I mean, definitely Billy and Stu. I consider Billy and Stu just kind of like one reveal. They're kind of combined for me because it happens back to back, and the combination of both of them is just amazing. But after Billy and Stu, it's Jill. Jill is my second favorite reveal. I did do a reveal ranking video on my channel, like a long time ago at this point, over a year ago. I think it was last summer that I did a Ghostface reveal ranking. So definitely check that out if you're interested. It's in my Scream ranking playlist. I have a bunch of different types of Scream rankings. Christopher says, I hope that Scream 7 will be successful and that Sam and Tara eventually come back for sequels. I am with you, Christopher. I hope it's successful. I'm sure it will be. And I also hope Sam and Tara come back one day for sure. I think they will eventually. Alex thinks that the Amber video was live. Looking forward to the new Salem's Lot. Honestly, I haven't really like heard about this movie, so not really. Oh, nice. So you do know the actors. Okay, glad to hear that you are okay, Jamie. Thanks, Sabina. I appreciate this. Sam and Tara are not in Scream 7 because Melissa Barrera was fired. And then Tara quit. Jenna Ortega quit. They say it was because of like scheduling conflicts, but I'm not buying that. And nice. I am a fan of Terrifier. I've never seen Trauma. Nice, Jamie. Yeah. Justice for Busta Rhymes. Have I seen Urban Legend? Yes, I have. It's one of my favorites. That's why I go on Tuesday. Do you mean to the movie theaters? Oh, half price movies all day? Is this a thing that I don't know about? Like, at every single movie theater all day long on Tuesdays? I'm gonna have to check that out. You watch Freddy vs. Jason every day. That's funny. In Scream 3, which is more terrifying between Sydney's nightmare about her mom or Gail's bangs? Sydney's nightmare, I think, is a little more terrifying. Ray says we need more rappers in horror movies. You know, that's funny that you say that because I have a video coming up for Spookfest. I guess I'll just spoil it. Because I kind of want my Spookfest daily videos to be a surprise, but because you mentioned this, I'll tell you what the first video is going to be. It's 17 hip hop and R&B artists who are in horror movies. So that's quite a lot, 17. But yeah, that's my first Spookfest video coming out October 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm pretty excited for it. And just a reminder, I do have some Spookfest merch. If you're interested, the link is down below in the description of all of my videos. And then I also have my typical merch: Stew Crew, Team MACHER, and Team Loomis if you're more of a Billy fan. But yeah, I do have some merch that I feel like not everyone knows about. I have seen Killjoy Jake's fan film. It was good. It was interesting. Very impressive to put something like that together. I will check out Salem Lot's trailer. Hey, JJ. Hey, Victoria. I don't think this is likely. I know this is like a rumor that goes around that Melissa Barrera worked something out with Spyglass secretly and she's going to be in 7. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. I can see down the line, like in the future, that they work something out. I just don't see it happening for 7. We have a super chat from JJ. Thank you. You said, could we have Sydney teen years with new cast? So do you mean like a remake? It's possible. Like, I feel like they're going to do it one day. Like, they're going to remake the movie. I hope not. It's one of those things like, don't F with the original, the way Sydney says in Scream 4. Scream, to me, is just an absolute perfect movie. Don't mess with the original. But with that being said, if they did it, I would watch it because I would be interested to see what they do. But, you know, God help whoever tries to remake Scream one day because they have a lot to live up to. I think they're going to get a lot of hate from people. But yeah, I guess one day we could have it. But thank you so much, JJ, for your super chat. Thanks for hanging out with us. Did you watch The Innocents? I don't think I have. No. Hey, Leah. Welcome to the live stream. How you doing? Happy Friday. Ray says, I thought it was nationwide. Tuesdays are cheaper. Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard this. Damn, that's good to know. I'm going to have to go on a Tuesday. Yes, there are quite a lot of hip hop and R&B artists that are in horror movies. And I feel like I probably missed some. Like, there's probably some that I didn't even include in the video, but I included 17. Yes, I absolutely would prefer a legacy sequel rather than a reboot. I don't think it's time for a reboot yet. Maybe down the road, we have some things to tie up here first. Sydney's story, Gail's story, Stu's story. They need to bring back Stu and have Stu face off with Sydney before we move on to another reboot. JJ says, how dare you criticize Roman? Sorry. What are some classic horror franchises that haven't got a remake? I don't know. I feel like they all kind of have. Halloween got a remake. Friday the 13th got one. What's Nightmare on Elm Street? What was the other? Oh, Chucky, Child's Play got a remake. So I don't know if there's any classic franchises that haven't gotten one yet. Does anyone know of any? Leave a comment in the chat. I can't think of one. Maybe like, I don't know, Sleepaway Camp. There hasn't been a remake. Sleepaway Camp is good. I've never seen the sequels. I've only ever seen the original one. Oh, I see. Chris just said Sleepaway Camp too. Yeah, that's like the only one I can think of. Okay, Ray says maybe Final Destination. Yeah, when did the first one come out? The first Final Destination. Lee says, I know they never made a remake of Blade. The first Final Destination came out in 2000. I feel like it's a little soon for a remake. I'm looking forward to Final Destination 6. 5 was great. That ending, I love when movies do stuff like that. I don't want to say it in case someone here hasn't seen it, but Final Destination 5 was great. My favorite Final Destination is the third one. It is the first one that I saw when I was younger, so I do think that has a lot to do with why I like the third one so much. And you know, people on TikTok always tell me that I look like the girl from the third one, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. That is like one of my main celebrity lookalikes that people tell me on TikTok all the time that I look like. Do you think Chad and Mindy will be in Scream 7? I don't think so. I think there's a small chance. Like, I'd say there's like a 5% chance, if that. They could include them if they wanted to. I think they could find a way to include them. I've done several videos on it, like Martha Meeks, the twins' mom, has history with Sydney. You know, they have a scene together in Scream 3. So, Martha could come back, and therefore the twins could make a small appearance. But the last we heard, Lee, I'm also live on my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio here on TikTok. Please subscribe. The last we heard from the actors who play Chad and Mindy, Jasmine Savoy Brown and Mason Gooding, They both said that they were not contacted. This was a long time ago, several months ago. Like, I think even before Nev Campbell announced that she was coming back. So that's how long ago this was. But they both said that they, like Spyglass, no one has contacted them. So, and then there's been no update since then. So it's not looking good for the Meeks twins. Ooh, is this true? The original Exorcist hasn't been remade, just sequels and prequels. I've never seen any of the sequels, I don't think. And it's been a long time since I watched the original. I watched it a lot as a kid, but in recent years, like I have not watched it. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers is another one that's never been remade. However, I just feel like it came out recent enough that I don't know if anyone would remake it so soon. And that is another one to me that is like a perfect movie. There's just no reason to remake it. Movie Misfits says, I love Roman. He's one of my favorites. Oh, and he is also Jamie's favorite. He's not my favorite. He's not my least favorite. Like, he's definitely way better than the Scream 6 Ghostfaces, but that goes without saying. Hey, Island Warrior. Thank you to everyone who is watching on TikTok. I appreciate it. What was the horror movie where in the very end the girl started to yell multiple times after she got taken away by these 3 horror movie scary characters? I don't know. Does anyone know the answer to this? Where was I? Yeah, do we know when Final Destination 6 is coming out? I'm also looking forward to it. That's another one that I might actually have to go to the theaters for. What do you think the opening disaster will be? I don't know. What is something that's never been done in the franchise? At this point, they got to get really creative with it. I don't know. Has there ever been like a helicopter disaster? I don't know. Has there been a boat disaster? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've watched all the movies. I think there's a chance Jill could be alive, Sabina. But I don't think. No, Amber was shot in the head, so there's no chance of Amber. Bye, movie nerd. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I get this all the time on TikTok. It's funny, like I really don't post on TikTok anymore because TikTok is just going downhill. But when I did post frequently, all of my comments would be lookalikes. Like, apparently, I have a lot. I have Mary Elizabeth Winstead. My number one comment is Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical, which I was obsessed with High School Musical when I was a kid. So my younger self would love that comparison. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Izzy. Who else? I also get Leighton Meester, who plays Blair from Gossip Girl. Those are like my top ones. I've also gotten Sienna from Terrifier quite a bit. People on TikTok tell me I look like her. I've gotten the occasional Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera. I don't know. It's just pretty much anyone with brown hair is who I get compared to. But Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Vanessa Hudgens, and Leighton Meester are like my top 3 that I get. Chris says, I'd like to see a remake of Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Nightmare 2 is honestly like one of my least favorites in the franchise. I really like your profile picture, by the way. I love Gizmo from Gremlins. Bye, Climinator. Thanks for hanging out. Do I feel conflicted at all to see Scream 7? I don't really. It's obviously such an unfortunate situation. I do feel for Melissa. It sucks, but this franchise started with Sydney. We have Sydney back. I get why some people feel conflicted, but I'm just such a fan that I'm still excited for it. What if in Scream 3, Stu and Mickey did all the kills and Roman only had 1 kill? I mean, I think there's a chance Stu could have done some of them. I'm not a fan of the Mickey theory. I hope they never make a remake of The Exorcist. Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why no one's attempted. Maybe because they don't want the pressure of remaking such an iconic movie. Exactly. This is how I feel. The situation does suck, but Also, another reason I think that we shouldn't feel that conflicted is because Melissa Barrera does these screen conventions. She is still like promoting the franchise. So she is not calling for people to completely, abandon this franchise. Even she is still like a fan of the franchise. So, Ghostface just got their new Ghostface mask delivered. Nice. Do you believe that Sidney Prescott was intended to be in the original version of Scream 7? for the rest of my life. I will wonder what the initial plan for Scream 7 was. I do kind of believe this, that she was intended, but it's really hard to say. It's one of those things, like, if Melissa was gonna be in it, if Jenna was gonna be in it, there might not have been enough money left to pay Neve Campbell, and it would have been the same situation as Scream 6. Like, she would have said no. I don't know. I do think eventually one day we are going to find out the original plan. Just like with a few months ago, we found out the original plan for Scream 6, like the original script. I think when all is said and done, after Scream 7 comes out, months down the road after that, I think we will find out one day. So hopefully. Thank you for the share, Harry. And what is up, McFlurry? Thanks for joining the live stream. What if they kill off Gale in the first scene? I think it's possible. I hope not. I want to get Gale in the full movie. I want to see her team up with Sydney one last time. The thing is, I do think Gale is going to die in Scream 7. So I don't want her to be the opening kill. However, if she was the opening kill, it would be an epic opening kill that will go down in history for the franchise. So maybe what they should do is actually have her survive Scream 7 to then be the opening kill in Scream 8. Chris says Final Destination 6 opens with a disaster on a building rooftop restaurant. Yeah, Jenna is not coming back. We found this out a while ago at this point, like almost a year ago, honestly. I think it was in November or December of last year that we found out, because we found out right before Thanksgiving that Melissa was fired, and then shortly after that, Jenna quit. So yeah, it's been almost a year. And yes, Neve Campbell is coming back. Thank God. I'm so happy. Favorite opening scene? Definitely the first one. Can't beat the original. Hey, Thomas. I am having a great day. I hope you are too. It's Friday, so the weekend has begun. I hope you guys are doing some fun stuff for the weekend. I'm not doing anything special, just working on the YouTube channel, which is always fun for me. We're going to be doing some live streams this weekend, so hopefully you guys can make them. I try to go live every day. Sometimes it's hard. Yeah, I don't use TikTok anymore. Like, I'm live streaming on there right now for the first time in like months at this point. I rarely post on TikTok because They really are just not treating their creators well. You know, it's impossible to get views on TikTok. And it's just not worth my time. Like, I'd rather put in the time to my YouTube channel. Like, it's crazy because on TikTok, I'm monetized on TikTok, but I don't make any money because they changed the rules on how you make money on there. It's crazy. It's a long story. But yeah, TikTok sucks. I just occasionally scroll on there. Like at the end of the night before I go to bed, I just watch a few videos on there. Hey Jay, I am very excited for Scream 7. And thank you for the like. Thanks for liking the live. People say you look like Jenna Fisher. You do kind of. Someone mistook you for her. Crazy. I'm with you, Jay. I hope Stu comes back. I don't know if you're subscribed to me on YouTube, but I have so many Stu videos on my YouTube. The link to my YouTube is in my bio. Please subscribe. Yeah, you have tons of Stu videos to check out if you haven't seen them. Hey, Carlos from Australia. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Leah says, excuse me. Leah says, I'm hoping we will get a flashback of Maureen's murder or how Stu was during the other Scream movies. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate that. I'm with you, Leah. I would love a Maureen flashback. I did a video on this several months ago. Yeah, I would love to see that. Same with the Stu flashbacks during the other sequels. Speaking of Maureen, though, I think I saw that Craven Something Scary is having her on the channel tomorrow for another interview. They're friends, and she's been on his channel a few times. And she's coming back tomorrow, I think it is. I'm not sure, but check out Craven Something Scary's channel. If you guys want to check out that live stream where he's going to be interviewing Lynn McCree, who plays Maureen Prescott. I'm going to tune in, so maybe I'll see you guys in the chat over there. Thomas says, I've been trying to find the mask from the MTV series. Do you mean the Brandon James mask? Right. Yeah, I was obsessed with High School Musical as a kid. Yeah, I need to talk to the screen creators. I have a few ideas. Yes, Alex, it was right before Thanksgiving. Thanks for the share, Jay. Thank you. I appreciate that. I plan to get a Ghostface tattoo when I hit 15K subs on YouTube. And nice that you met Rose McGowan. I am jealous. Was it at a convention or just like randomly What is your favorite out of these? Halloween, Friday the 13th, or Nightmare on Elm Street? For me, first it's Halloween. Then it's tough. Halloween's definitely first, but I might like Friday more than Nightmare. I have not seen The Evil Dead remake. In fact, I just saw the first one for the first time recently. I've never seen the Evil Dead movies until recently. I've only seen the first one. So yeah. I'm gonna step away for just a minute, you guys. I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I think I accidentally removed my audio for a second. Hey Dan. Okay, cool. You guys can hear me. Thanks, Sabina. Yeah, people on TikTok always tell me I look like Sienna from Terrifier. Hey Andre, welcome to the live stream. My day has been great. Busy. I've been working on the channel all day. I got a new video up today in case you guys haven't seen it yet. After the live stream, definitely go check it out. It's a stew video, so. Yeah, it would be cool to talk to Lynn McCree. That's so cool for Craven Something Scary that he's like friends with her, gets to talk to her. He's also friends with the girl from the bathroom. From the first movie. From the bathroom scene. Yeah, Angus Cloud was in Abigail. It was the last thing he did before he passed. I was so sad to hear about that when he passed. Andre thinks Stu killed Tatum and not Billy. Yeah, I was saying earlier in the stream that I always thought it was Billy, but the channel Nerds at Night presented some evidence that it could be Stu, and now I'm not sure what to believe. Yes, Andre, I was just saying I didn't even see your comment about this. Nerds at Night has a video about who killed Tatum. I have seen Megan. I liked it a lot, actually. I didn't expect to. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. Jamie says, I think you will love the Evil Dead remake. Yeah, I'm definitely looking. I liked the original, so I am looking forward to watching the rest of the franchise, the remake. I have only seen John Wick 1. I have not seen the rest. I honestly don't remember the first one. I don't even remember what happened. Yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. It was good. There was actually like one or two parts that were kind of scary looking, like the makeup. Jamie says, I've always believed that Billy killed Tatum. Yeah, I've always believed that too. Because Stu was busy with the party. And then Billy shows up like right after. I do think the writers will put Stu in Scream 7. You know, the main writer on 7 is Guy Busick, who is a Stu believer. He's been wanting Stu to come back in 5 and 6, you know? So, feeling good about that to still have Guy Busick. Carlos says the John Wick films get better, especially the latest one. Okay, I don't need to watch any of the other Evil Dead movies to watch the remake. Maybe we will see Sydney wear the mask and costume again. Hey, Alex. Hey, Raggedy Man. Looks like I'm all caught up in the chat. We've been going for almost 2 hours. It really flies by when we're on here. I might wrap up the stream. I was thinking of doing another ranking on live. That was a lot of fun. Yes, Stu lives. Other rankings that they have. In case you missed it, was it last night that we did the ranking? Yeah, last night we ranked all 61 deaths from Scream, from the entire Scream franchise. I say 61 because I don't include Stu. By the way, to whoever is watching on TikTok right now, I am going to end the stream on TikTok. If you want to tune in, go to my YouTube channel. I think we're going to go for a little longer over on YouTube. The link to my YouTube is in my bio. Yes, Carlos, I will be doing more lives, but I mostly go live on YouTube. So subscribe to my YouTube, please. The link is in my bio. But thank you to everyone here who tuned in. I will catch you guys next time. I wanted to look on my phone real quick just to see what other Scream rankings are on this website. Maybe there's one that we could do right now quickly. The ranking was so much fun. Definitely going to do more of them. But I might actually have to make my own. Like on this website, you could make your own ranking things. Because some of these aren't good. The one that we did last night was really good. Yeah, like all of these are not great. Let's see. Nope. Why are these all so stupid? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to make my own for another live stream. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I guess I will wrap up the stream now. Yeah, we'll definitely we can definitely get into some different like not just screen rankings, but other rankings for sure. Thanks, Sabina. I appreciate that. I would also like to see this Ghostface. Stu killed Sydney. Oh, that's what you want to happen? Gotcha. Yeah, sorry if you're just getting here. We are wrapping up the stream. It was a 2-hour stream. Great stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. If you have not seen my most recent video that I just posted a couple hours ago, it is up on the channel. So once you leave here, you can definitely go check it out. Please do. Please give it a like. That definitely helps out the channel. Share it with a friend. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. I hope you guys have a great Friday night. Great weekend. I probably will live stream tomorrow. So turn on notifications so that you don't miss it. But thank you so much. And I will